going on, everybody? Hair here, and we're back. We're back in action. Your boy MMA Investing, Joe. We're here. How you doing, my friend?
Doing well, man. Been a little bit, but we're back at it
Yeah,
for a good
back at
fight.
it. Back at it with the fights this time. In case you guys haven't been catching up, we haven't either, but we know this one is called UFC Austin. So UFC Austin, we have a pretty solid fight card. I know you're pumped up for it. Let's go ahead and dive into it. First one we're getting into is Tim Means versus Kevin Holland. Hopefully Kevin Holland's working on his wrestling, right? Because that's been his Achilles heel. How do you see this fight going?
Yeah, that's for sure the Achilles heel. He was on that like five-fight win streak and then kind of fell off a
Yeah.
cliff once he started fighting some wrestlers. But I think it's a good move for sure going down to 170 because his frame's taller. What is he, 6'3", 6'4"? But I mean, he's really thin. Doesn't have a lot of strength to keep the fight in the feet. But yeah, 170 is a good move for him. And they're setting him up well in his first couple fights. He fought Oliveira first, not really that known for his wrestling prowess to get the fight to the ground and keep guys there. Some decent grappling, but again, not the best wrestler. He was able to finish him. And now Tim Means, kind of the same thing, not really known for his offensive wrestling at all. He can a little bit, he can fight in the clinch a little bit, kind of take you down here and there, but I doubt he's going to go for that. And if he does, I doubt he'd have much success. So I see this fight playing out on the feet, kickboxing range. Tim Means is good though, man. I mean, he's an older guy. He's a vet of the game for sure. He has some really clean boxing, some good leg kicks. But at the end of the day, I think Kevin is just that kind of next level, really rangy. 80, what he's at, like 82-inch reach, can be super tough for Tim Means to deal with. And
Yeah.
he just seems to hit really hard, man. Like you wouldn't think looking at his body type, but he has that snappy, left hand, right hand. It comes across, hits you on the chin. Your legs are gonna buckle. So because of that, I see Holland winning this fight. I think it's gonna play out on the feet mostly. Tim Means is a little chinny. He can be hurt. He can be knocked out. I think Kevin Holland catches him at some point. It's probably gonna be competitive a little bit. But I think at some point Kevin's going to find his shin and put him down. I can see a straight right hand landing and just taking him out from there.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And so I do think they are setting Kevin Holland up for this one,
For
just because
sure.
he has lost a few in a row. But the thing with Kevin Holland, and I always put that WWE hat on, is he has part of it already. He's a great talker. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? He's already great on the mic. He's kind of, for the most part, a likable guy. But that wrestling thing really, really messed him up. Going down to this weight, I see them as. I'm not saying Tim Means is a pushover by any means at all, but I do think this is a for sure winnable fight for him,
Yeah.
as you had been saying. And again, you give this. Let's say you're right. Kevin Holland wins. You already said okay. He went to the right weight class. He fixed his mistakes or whatever. You can build off that, and then he'll do a promo on the mic, and we'll move on from there. I don't know if he'll ever be champ or anything like that, but he has the attributes. He has the right, like you said, he's long and lanky, especially for the division. But this is a step in the right direction for him for sure. Now, real quick, if for some reason Tim Means catches him or Tim Means gets him, I mean, I could realistically see, the UFC being like, all right, Holland, either a surprise cut or the next fight might be a put up or shut up fight for him.
Yeah, maybe, but it's hard to say. I wouldn't think so personally, only
Yeah,
because he does have a lot of name value, like you said. Like the UFC definitely wants him to win this fight. They want to keep pushing him in the right direction, give him winnable fights. But he has a huge name, really good fan base. I'm not sure what his contract is. I don't think he gets paid a ton of money for his name value. I mean, there's a lot of other guys that get paid more than him
yeah.
that really aren't bringing much to the company. If he does lose this fight, I would have no, I wouldn't see the reason why they would cut him or anything like that, or even put him on a fight like a put up or shut up. Potentially, I never know. Like you said, you don't know, but I don't see it happening. I'd probably give him another winnable fight, and kind of see what they can do from there. Only because I don't think his contract's anything crazy. If it was something crazy, then yeah, maybe we could start talking about cutting down the road. But he did go 5-0 in I think 2020. He lost a couple to top three guys in the middleweight division.
Yeah.
When he came down to welterweight, he won his fight by finish against Alex Oliveira, always tough. But yeah, like I said, if he does lose, they'll for sure keep him around, give him another winnable matchup for sure. If he wins this fight, I could see like a Nico Price, another guy right outside the top 15 that should be a winnable fight for him. But at the end of the day, like you said, he's never going to be a champ. That wrestling hole in his game is always going to be there. He can improve it a little bit, and it seems to be improved a little bit. the 170 guys aren't as big as the 185 guys. Obviously, they can't really hold them there, but it's always going to be there. I mean, a guy like Usman, Colby, Leon Edwards, list goes on and on. They can definitely expose that hole. So because of that, it's going to be very tough because a good wrestler is going to expose that every time. So
100%, man. You heard it first. Next one, we have Donald Cerrone and Joe Lozon. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this Cerrone's last fight? Did he officially
I
say
hope so.
it's I wasn't ready for that one. Now I remember on a press conference not too long ago, he was crying on it, and they were asking him about it and all that. I want to say he did say this is his final fight. I'm not 100% sure though, but again, like you said, you hope so. He's one of those guys. He has that cowboy name. He is a fan favorite, been one for a long time. He gave Conor his only win in I don't know how many years, in 2020. He's always going to be a fan favorite, man. But what do you think of Cerrone still fighting right now? I mean, you can say chinny, you can say he's lost it. He looks old. He definitely looks old. Lozon's been in the fight game for a long time too. I can definitely see a way Cerrone can win. It'd be really tough for me to bet my MMA investing money on him against anybody right now, unless he goes to Bellator or something.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think it is. I don't know if he officially said it's his last fight, but I heard something along those lines. I think what happened was Dana said, kind of if Cerrone loses this fight, I think he said he's done. Like he's not going to fight anymore because he shouldn't be fighting anymore. You got to kind of save the guy from his own mind at this point. Honestly, he can't be fighting. If you can't beat Joe Lozon at this point, yeah, he shouldn't be fighting anybody. You can't give him any of these young and upcomer guys that are going to hurt him or something like that. We've seen it time and time again now. But the blueprint's there to beat Cerrone, right? Kind of he starts super slow, come out hot early and try to take him out early. And that's what Lozon does pretty well for the most part. He always comes out like a bat out of hell, tries to get you out of there early. Lozon hasn't fought for, I think, 3+ years now. He's kind of chinny himself. He's not, anywhere near he was in his prime. So I think it's kind of a 50-50-ish fight. I do lean to Cerrone. I think Cerrone's a better technical guy, a little bit better ground game, better overall striking skill set for sure. If Lozon doesn't get him out of there early, come out and just blitz him and put him up against the cage, start just bum rushing him. I think as the fight goes on, Cerrone's just going to take over. Lozon doesn't have the best gas tank either, and I think Cerrone's just technical superiority is going to kind of take over. He'll start beating Lozon down, and I would see him kind of finishing him by the second or third round. And like I said, Lozon's kind of chinny himself, but Cerrone, even though he is a little bit chinny now, he doesn't seem to actually go out cold. It's like he gets hit and he gets, shelled up against the cage. He gets rocked a bit. He doesn't actually ever go out like cold. I'm not saying that's not possible to do, obviously, but I don't know if Lozon has enough in him at this point in his career to even shell up Cerrone and put it on him. He might very well could happen, but I do lean to Cerrone in this fight. I think Cerrone is going to weather maybe an early storm a little bit and just kind of start taking over, maybe with the grappling, get that Muay Thai going. Cerrone's really, technically, Cerrone's really good, man. He's always been really good. When he was at his peak, his 1-2 head kick set up with some grappling was, it was some of the best in the game for sure. But the blueprint's there. Get after him early and just put it on the guy. So we'll see what happens, but I do lean Cerrone.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now, here's my fear about that. Let's say you're right. Let's say Cerrone puts him down in the second, third round, whatever.
Fight again.
Yeah, or even worse. Let's say he gets the mic and says, "The Cowboys back. Cerrone's back." God. One more. Exactly.
I can see it now.
Your response is exactly what I was talking about. Let's say, you know how it is with these fighters, bro. They get one win and they think
it's their life, man. Yeah. They don't know when to stop. They really, they don't know when to save themselves from themselves. So it's like.
Exactly. So that's my biggest fear with him winning or TKOing Lozon, which I think he might think, oh, one more title run in me. Yeah. I don't want to hear that, bro. I'm not trying Yeah, so but
I don't know who else he beats other than a Joe Lozon at this point. I'm sure there's somebody. He's still a good fighter, but man, he starts so slow. He's just labored in his movements now. His chin's not right. It's just like it's just not. There's not a lot going on well for him right now, and he needs to get out of the game while he can. He's taken a lot of damage. He's made a lot of money. Get out while you can. But yeah, I think it's at the point where Dana, like he said, he's gonna have to save Cowboy from himself at this point. Like he's actually gonna have to say, "You're done. We're not signing you for another fight," because if Cowboy wins, like you said, he'll probably keep going, man. Like, I wouldn't doubt it at all. Unfortunately, that's just the case with some of these guys. So we'll see.
That's the fear of mine, man. Main event, the slobber knocker. This is gonna be a banger for whoever's
Great
watching
fight.
this one. Calvin Kattar, Josh Emmett. Oh my goodness, bro! I just gonna you're gonna be seeing hands on this one. I'm real excited for this one. How do you see this one going?
No, yeah, I've been looking forward to this fight for a while. One of my most anticipated fights over the last couple months for sure. Stylistically, it's just a great fight, right? I mean, it's like there's 99 times out of 100 times this fight's going to be a banger in some aspect. They're going to go to war, and the stylistic breakdown, the contrast between the two guys is so cool in my opinion. You know, they're both pretty boxing heavy. Emmett's a shorter, stockier guy, a lot of lead hooks, a lot of power punches. Tries to get in the pocket. Kattar's a little bit taller, a little bit rangier, a little bit longer. Likes to keep the fight a little bit cleaner. You know, jabs, straights, good hooks. Don't get me wrong, Kattar can fight like a savage in the pocket too. I would even kind of lean to Kattar in the pocket as well with those elbows that he's unleashing. Just like stylistically, the way this fight breaks down, it's going to be action 100%. I would, you know, bet my life on that for sure. And like I said, the contrast, the rangier, longer striking, boxing heavy, and the shorter, stockier lead hooks, power hooks, shorter guys. Are cool. It's kind of like Mike Tyson and I don't know, Holyfield or something like that. Just kind of the contrast. I don't. It's probably not the best representation, but you guys get the point.
But I think what you mean is like ratio wise, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%. No, I get
like,
you.
Yeah, Emmett's gonna throw power hooks.
Yeah,
Kattar's gonna keep it long with a jab. It's just like who's gonna impose their will. Stylistically, I just think Kattar's a terrible matchup for Emmett. Emmett does slow down in his fights. Emmett can be hurt. We've seen him knocked out before. And Kattar is just tough as they come, man. He has a great gas tank. And just technically speaking, I think just Kattar's superior in the boxing. He has some good kicks as well. He's able to mix up the wrestling. I just think Kattar's skill set's really a bad matchup when it comes down to Emmett. He's going to try to crash that pocket, and he's going to have a real tough time doing that with the jab and the front kicks, etc. Yeah, I see Emmett having a tough time getting in there and being able to really touch up Kattar. He might hurt him. He might get him at some point, but as the fight goes on, Kattar's just going to start overwhelming him, in my opinion. And I think Kattar finishes him by round 3, round 4. Emmett starts slowing down. You know, nice 1-2 hook, lands flush in the chin, puts Emmett down. Yeah, that's kind of my break. I wish I could break it down a little bit better in my head and get it out to words. But yeah, all I can say is this fight's going to be insane from the moment it starts to the moment it finishes. I got Kattar quite a bit. I think he's like a 2-1 favorite, and in my opinion, it's very justifiable. I'll definitely look to parlay him up. I think he's a really good bet here.
Yeah, no, I think you did a great job breaking it down, because I think this, even for the pros, it's difficult because it's going to be such a slobber knocker.
Yeah,
It can easily be finished in the first round, let alone
100%.
the fourth, like you said. So this is a hard one to judge. Again, somebody might zig instead of zag, and it's done in the first round,
Exactly.
second round. So yeah, I mean, this one's difficult. A tremendous breakdown. I think no matter what, the Austin crowd, because I don't think this will be in the Apex. I think it's going to be in an arena,
Yeah,
right?
it is. Yeah, in
Yeah,
Austin. I don't know what the arena is, but it'll be in an arena in
yeah.
Austin for sure.
So yeah, that Texas crowd's going to be in for a good one, man. I'm looking forward to it. I know you're looking
100%.
forward to it. ESPN Plus, it's $5 a month. You cheap fucks, just do it. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
exactly. If
So
there's a fight to pay $5 for, this is it, because the card top to bottom is great. We didn't even talk about some of the other fights in the card that are really good. But I don't want to make it sound like Emmett doesn't have a chance in this fight. He definitely has a chance. Emmett can put down a freaking horse with one of his right hands. So he's definitely live. But just Kattar, really good chin. We've seen a guy taking hellacious beating before, not go down in the cardio and the toughness and the fighting in the pocket, the fighting at range. But Emmett's very live in this fight for sure. It just I think Kattar wins this, you know, a vast majority of the time. So yeah.
got you, man. Yeah, looking forward to it this weekend. Can't wait. We're excited. I'm investing. Joe, follow the Patreon. He's killing it. Follow his shit. Follow our shit. It's fight time. UFC Austin live. This is a hair out.
Yes, sir.